Some
Why
crew
fuck?
members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Ah, they're probably shooting again.
Dead center. Next round's on you.
Shh, the captain's coming. Put your gun away. Act casual.
Oh, yes. This'll about do. That's a mighty clean weapon. Yep. Ain't no call for a closer inspection by anybody.
Okay, you two, have fun. Right, let's... I don't want to modify. We'll break down some of the weapons we've got. Yeah, might keep that, actually. Ultra... Oh, definitely keep that. Break that down, break that down. Yeah, break that down. Nah, break that down and that down. Repair. Don't need to repair any of that. Okay, inventory. Ellie, I think you're due a gun. Yeah, we'll give you that. And that. I think that's it. Oh, right, I need to swap my armor back on as well. Then again... No, we'll keep it. We'll keep our other armor for our combat. Oh, hold on. Well, didn't I have it? Oh, that's it. That's the one I'm looking for. There. Much better. I'll keep that for conversation checks and stuff.
If you don't, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
Okay.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
You mean stumbling around the colony pretending what I'm doing?
I think you're being modest. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. When you cut off power to Edgewater, you saved me a great deal of trouble. Now I don't have to bother trying to save that town. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky.
You almost sound like you approve.
Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake. The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony.
I'm sure it didn't bring me all this way just to flatter me.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
Your people need better security. Anyone could have lifted those chemicals.
I'm not here to talk about stolen chemicals. I'm after something far more valuable. Your cooperation. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Wanted for what, exactly?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
You want me to sell him out?
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's get out of here. The answer's no. And I would have liked to have used the last option on that list, but at the same time I wanted more information on just what this woman was trying to do. If she's the one behind this whole eternal lifetime employment thing, then yeah, she can go and... stuff that I can't say on a family-friendly stream. Phineas's lab.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Well done, Ada.
Welcome back, Captain.
Anything new to
How
say?
can I be of assistance?
Nope, okay.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Yes. Onwards. Who's going to accompany me this time? We'll stick with our go-to gal and Ellie. Negotiate with Sprats for territory. Install Sisty Pig's slurry catch net. Second thought, something tells me I'm not going to end up in a shootout here, so let's put our good talking suit on. And go talk to Wells. Yo!
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Forget about the chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
It gets worse. The chairman's planning of freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself?
Yep.
I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have: time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
I found the chemicals in the Ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
These are all the chemicals I could get. Any more and it would have killed the subjects.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, damn. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
We need to think about this. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
There's a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system.
Mercy father-in-law. You're a genius. We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
The Hope's probably damaged. We'll have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Wait, I've got some questions.
Certainly. How can I help?
Should I expect any resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
Just so we're clear, you know the skip drives aren't supposed to be used like this.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I'm loving this plan already. People aren't going to notice a gigantic colony ship slamming into the rings of Terra 2.
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
No more questions. I'm ready.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
The adjutant asked me to plant a tracking signal in your lab, but I'm not going to do it.
You absolutely should.
What? You've got a plan of some sort?
The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time.
Ah. I get it. You want to prepare. Actually, forget that. You're sure you're okay with this?
The enemy is bound to discover my hideout sooner or later. I'm prepared for that eventuality. This is just my way of buying myself a little time. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
I wanted to talk about the Hope.
Certainly. How can I help?
Nope, that's it for all. Cool. So. Oh, that's for my... Ah, nuts. Okay. That a bit. That by 1. Up that. Yeah, go with it. Oh well, this'll be fun.
On the ship and skip it across the system. What could go wrong?
Oh, great many things, my dear. Right, I need to find the communications terminal now. That's it. Communications terminal. Send corrupted tracking signal. Installing surveillance tracker, signal relay, running cacophony protocol, replicating artificial intelligence, modifying signal noise ratio, establishing connection, error, weak. Board surveillance protocol failed. Signal failed to be fidelity has been compromised. This terminal will attempt to re-establish a new connection once every cycle.
Ah, that should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Yeah. I can't get in there. Okay. Cool. What else is going on in there? Not much. Can't get in there anyway. Right, fair enough. Onwards. Oh, docking bay. That was quite clever, actually. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, yes, how's he going to escape when his ship's completely busted? Maybe it's not as busted as I think it is. I mean, it managed to land, so I suppose it's in a reasonable condition. It's just got no skip drive. I think we're at... Oops.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Fair enough. Let's switch back to our normal armor. And then...
Captain, I hope you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
Oh.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Wait, I have questions.
Transmissions are so impersonal. I'd like to meet you face to face. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's go.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Talk later, Ada. Right, okay then. Oh, actually, before we do that, I'm going to hard save. Right, so... Hope? Yeah, so Tartarus is locked, Hephaestus is locked, Olympus is locked, Radios is locked. I suppose these are DLC, maybe? Jundant's landing pad. Let's go talk to the woman.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Thank you, Ada. Position to the landing pad. Yeah, we'll keep those two. Right, let's go and talk to this random woman who we have never met before in the game, who's suddenly shown up all of a sudden. Let's put our best digs on us. I really should stop changing clothes. There. Yeah, that works. Ooh, workbench. Where are we anyway? Region. Yeah. Fair enough. Anything of interest around here? Weirdy. Anything behind the landing pad? Come on, there must be something. No special secret loot. Aha! Armor parts. And other bits. Doop 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 doop. These guards must be thinking, what moron has landed on our pad?
Not so fast.
Hello.
All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Oh, hello. Nope. I think we're approaching the end game here. No more side missions. That's depressing. Buy a couple of them. Buy a couple of them. Oops. And buy them. And them. And them. Yeah. Oh, we're here again. Hey. Oh, it's this room. All right then. Greetings.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival.
What's going to happen to Wells?
The signal you sent us is experiencing some interference. My agents will need time to isolate the problem. We're going to monitor Wells until we're ready to make a move. I asked you here to discuss something far more important.
Okay.
I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fenhill, but I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more, and nothing less.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it.
We need to talk about this lifetime employment program.
I'll answer however I can.
You don't necessarily believe this lifetime employment program nonsense, do you?
The Lifetime Employment Program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. There's no dark secret buried in the fine print. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work.
But it keeps the same issues that we've seen throughout the entire colony going. Just working people till they earn the right to die. I'm only here just because I want to screw with this woman. I saw the presentation. Rockwell wants to sacrifice the colony to save Byzantium.
Byzantium is the beating heart of our colony. And as long as Byzantium survives, Halcyon may one day recover from the collapse. We must protect this city at any cost.
May one day recover.
Help me execute the lifetime employment program, and you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium. You will live in comfort and want for nothing.
What does any of this have to do with me?
When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you. You've demonstrated your ability to place duty above sentiment. And you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive bureaucrats.
Not a fan of bureaucracy, Sophia. Oh,
Do
not a
you
fan
know
of
how many
bureaucracy,
meetings I
Sophia.
have to sit through? How many papers I have to sign before I can make one decision? I'm only trying to rescue Halcyon from extinction. I can't save this colony alone. I need someone capable of working outside the system. Someone who can get things done.
What's your take on all this?
When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate.
That's a pretty good argument for getting rid of the board entirely.
I admit, I occasionally fantasize about making an executive decision without having some tedious committee questioning my every move. Do you have any idea how much paperwork is involved in ordering someone's execution through the usual channels? It's positively maddening.
How long do we have?
We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. Malnutrition, disease, high mortality rates.
Yep.
This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful.
That's what this research in Roseway was about.
I'm sure you remember Dr. Anton Crane. His research was instrumental in developing a powerful appetite suppressant. The solution is a temporary one. Before long, our workers are going to feel the effects of starvation. The Lifetime Employment Program is our only viable option.
No more questions. Tell me why you wanted to see me.
We need to talk about Emerald Vale. Thanks to your meddling, Edgewater is without power. Operations have ground to a halt. You've left us with a useless town draining our resources. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
I get that you board types are all about efficiency, but isn't this a bit much?
I'm asking your captain to amputate a rotting limb from the colony. I'd expect you to understand, Dr. Fenhill.
You're a monster.
Someone has to be. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you.
I don't understand. Why did Edgewater deserve this? Actually... yeah, no, why does Edgewater deserve this?
When you diverted power to the botanical lab, you spelled the end of Edgewater. But the town is still hanging on, still living off whatever meager resources we send them. With every passing day, Edgewater leeches more of our limited resources. The town is a rotting limb, and we must be surgeons.
We're talking about human lives here.
Edgewater's workers consume 6 times as many resources as they produce. The best thing that town can do for its colony is to die. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed.
Just like that. Edgewater's not productive anymore, so you just wipe it off the planet?
We don't have any other option. The colony is on the verge of collapse, and we no longer have the luxury of easy solutions.
You're completely insane.
No. Allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision is insane. What I'm suggesting is absolutely logical.
You talk less like a human than mechanicals I've known.
I am responsible for every single human life in this colony. Do you imagine I relish the thought of killing some of them to save the rest? Steel your spine, Captain. Do what needs to be done.
I'm at a crossroads here. Do I say I'll do it so she doesn't send the kill squad in? Or do I give the answer no on my own principles? Is the game smart enough to let me make that back-out decision? Balls to it. No.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order.
I don't have a choice, do I?
Not true. You can choose to say, yes, ma'am, or at once, Madam Adjutant, or as you wish, or even, I'll take care of it.
You made your point. I'll do it.
I won't. You're better than this, Captain. You have to be.
Trust me, Pavati.
Don't make me choose between you and Edgewater, Captain. Between you and my people. Please.
I'm glad you can keep control over your associates. Edgewater is beyond saving. We're going to have to erase the town, but we're going to do it systematically. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. Do you remember what you discovered there?
It was in bad shape and swarming with Spacer's Choice mechanicals.
There was an accident at the Emerald Vale geothermal plant many years ago. Automechanicals turned hostile and slaughtered the plant's workers. Tragic, really. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an insurance claim. They outfitted their mechanicals with a termination protocol, which is exactly what we need.
Hold on, you spell it telling me Spacer's Choice got away with it?
The insurance claim has been locked in committee for years, but the individual responsible for the accident was promoted for lateral thinking. I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater. These mechanicals have been equipped with the same termination protocol, which must be activated from a terminal in the plant. Once the mechanicals are finished cleaning out Edgewater, I'll need you to go in and clean out the mechanicals. Understand?
I just want you to know you're a cold-blooded psychopath.
I appreciate the flattery, Captain. One last thing. Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little misadventure in the geothermal plant. Tread lightly.
Can't you call them off?
I like you, Captain, but you're not worth that much paperwork. I prefer keeping our relationship strictly off the books. Report back to me when the job's done.
So, sneak onto a lost colony ship and skip it across the system. What could go wrong?
Yeah, huh?
Never mind. Trust me, Pavati, I'm not going to do it. I'm actually curious whether or not if I go to the geothermal plant, can I sabotage the automechanicals so they just don't do what we've told them to do? This is going to be interesting. the same time, I have to manually engage the automechanical
I
protocols.
believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Foundation. Long distance, speak to Percival. Sophia is pleased with you. Oh, oops. Ah, nuts. Is there a quick... Oh, stuff it. We'll just go the long way. Go and get this reward, then go back. We're not going to kill Emerald Vale. That's just insane. She's completely insane. But the thing is, I'm thinking that if I say no, then she, don't know, gets the guards to shoot me, or we end up with her just sending an army of troops in herself. So at least if she thinks we're doing something, it buys the colonists time until we get the Hope lot out. First of all,
Adjutant Akande has instructed me to reward you for information leading to the arrest of Phineas Wells. Please allow me to extend my felicitations on a job well done.
thank you, Percival. I appreciate it.
Quite so, sir.
I'll be on my way. Aha, level up. Cool. So... Couple in science. And there. Back. Apply. Sure. Perks. What can we put in here to help us? Weapon armor durability lost, no. Companion crit chance. Stock from vendors, no. Vendor prices, no, not this part of the game. What can we do? What can we do? Ranged attacks inflict -1 armor rating for 10 seconds and can stack up to 10 times. Or increase damage. No. No, we'll go with this one. Go. And Ellie and Parvati. Plus 3 armor rating, sure. There we go. Wait, is 30 max level in this game? Oh, hello. Saying I've got a conversation with Ellie.
So we're really gonna do this?
Heck no.
I've seen lots of crazy, Captain, but Phineas
Oh, that,
is in a
yeah.
class of his own. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terratu's orbit right under the board's nose?
I trust Phineas.
Something tells me you're the first person to ever utter those words, Captain. I think this whole plan's insane, but it'll make a good story, you know, if we survive.
Partly it was my
Speaking
plan.
of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme?
The people of Halcyon deserve a chance, so do the colonists of the Hope.
Coming from anyone else, that would sound like a line from one of those Odeon Pictures movies, but I think you really mean it.
Yep.
Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this corner of the galaxy?
If they're half as capable as me, we'll be in good hands.
This is why I like you, Captain. Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. Anything else?
No, that's it. Wow, Ellie's really come around. Right, so. Land your ship in the Hope's docking bays. Agenda Akade, number spaces choice, brand, automechanicals waiting for Edgewater landing pad. She needs you to travel to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant and send the termination protocol from the terminal. Termination protocol will order the automechanicals to wipe everyone in Edgewater. What I'm curious about is, can I land on the pad and destroy all the automechanicals? Or can I sell her out?
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Or that, we hard save. Just before I make any mistakes. Then
We are now in
Edgewater.
orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
And because there's the crazy nutter guy who thinks all the automechanicals are against him. I wonder if we can convince him to blow up the shipment. Where are these automechanicals? Ah! They're all in containers, aren't they? Yo!
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
Okay, leave you be. Map. Geothermal plant. Part of me really hopes that I can just turn around and stick it to her. Memory serves, there's a back entrance that I can use to pretty much get there in an instant.
Got my sights on you.
Okay. Well, he didn't attack me on sight, so that's a plus.
Incoming! What?
Oops. Right. Oops, sorry, Pavadi. Yes, I suspect my reputations are going to decrease. Wait. Plant workers? Okay, stop it. Ah, reload. Oh, them. Shoot. Aha. Yeah, that works. But where's this terminal? Oh, it's over there. Automechanical terminal, yeah. Modify behavior? Yeah. Okay. Load game. Manual save. Right, okay, so the game isn't going to let me turn around and stick it to her. I can only just ignore her orders. So if I check this again, Foundation, use the termination protocol. No! We're going to the Hope. Halcyon's second colony ship arrived damaged and decades behind schedule. Its crew had long since perished, and its frozen colonists were unable to be revived. Back to the Hope.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
Tell me about the Hope.
The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years, but just recently was found. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold.
What's going to happen if I skip the Hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2.
Fun!
Or the Sun.
Also fun. What was I doing again?
Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxiation due to loss of pressurization. Are you breathing comfortably, Captain? I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
That's all for now. There she is. The Hope. Which we will be going to... Yeah, save. Why not? Oh, I could have overrode that save. It doesn't matter. But we will continue this next time. And probably end the game. Because I think we are pretty much in the closing act of the Outer Worlds. And you know, that makes me a bit sad. Because this is easily one of my favourite games. I think this could probably be my game of the year. I'm trying to think if there's any other games I've played this year that I could give that to. And as much as I love Free Houses, no, I think I'm a sci-fi nerd. Look, in case it isn't obvious, I like sci-fi. I like Doctor Who. I'm quite partial to Star Trek, so I love this game. I am enamored with this game. So let's hope the game ends as strongly as it's played so far. Anyway, my waxing lyrical out of the way. If you're new here, well, hi, I'm Ezio. It's a pleasure to meet you. If you enjoyed what you saw, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit that follow button, but the decision will always be yours. If you ever missed one of these streams, if you want to catch up with our run of the Outer Worlds before we hit Endgame, or if you want to even see some of the past journeys we've been on, Kingdom Hearts, Fire Emblem Free Houses, well, there is a link to the YouTube archive where I store all our past broadcasts in the section down below. I upload there every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and if you ever want to catch me live, well, you can catch me here on Twitch at 7 o'clock 7 o'clock GMT, every Tuesday and Thursday, or 2 o'clock, just after 2 o'clock, every Saturday. And I think that's everything. So, well, hold on. If you ever want to keep up to date with where I am with the stream, if you want to know our next destination, if you want to see if I've cancelled the stream or if we've had technical difficulties as we did at the start of the stream this evening, well, a link to my Twitter is also down below. There's even a Steam group. Not that I use it very much, but heck, if we get enough members, then maybe I'll start throwing a few bits and pieces in there as well. And now I generally think that's everything. So all that's left is for me to say thank you. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey into the Vortex this evening. Thank you for being you. I hope you all have a beautiful evening, morning or afternoon wherever it is around the globe you are. And as always, until our paths next cross again, well, I will see you all next time.